Okay, can anybody see this one? Okay, looks like there's going to be another rocky start. Gene, I just saw a message come in at the top of my computer screen saying you tweeted me. Had I not seen that little alert, I wouldn't have seen that till 2 weeks from now because I just don't do Twitter. So, but I saw that it dropped. And I got an alert saying it wasn't recording before. So I'm going to preface this again so that I can get my note out to YouTube for anybody watching this on YouTube, that I'm having some issues with YouTube, and that I'm not receiving notifications when anybody leaves a post, a comment, a question on any of my videos, which is very disturbing because as long as I've had my channel, I have addressed every single comment or question, good or bad. So, I think I got lost again here. I think I lost my connection again. Oh, so disturbing. Anyway, if you're on YouTube and you do get this is being recorded by some off chance, and you do see this, please reach out to me via another method. Facebook is always good. If there's a question that you have and haven't gotten an answer from me. Anyway, you can join us live on ustream.tv and go to Inky Obsessions, click follow, and you'll be alerted when I go live. Now, apparently Ustream is having some issues too. Ladies, do you still see me? Oh, mercy. I think I'm gone again. Okay. All right. Apparently I'm back. So I'm not going to go over that whole YouTube thing again. I have no idea if this is going to record or not. What a pain in the ass. Ah! Jeez, whiz. Okay. So anyway, let's press on, shall we? While I at least have some sort of connection. So yeah, I was playing with this yesterday. It's one of those new Canson art boards. It's pretty sturdy. And was just playing around with some paints and collage, and that's what I came up with. So this is one that I won't cut up. Not because it's so great, but because it's on this board, and I think that would be hard on my cutter, and I did it in mind of keeping it an entire piece. Thanks, Rain. Whereas usually I overdo it with busyness so that when I cut it up, each ATC has a little something going on in there. But I didn't cut this one up, and I'm not going to. So there. So anyway, down to, well, before we start out, I got my Artfoamies. Hello. Want to play with those. But I want to go through some happy mail that I've received that I haven't had a chance to, and hopefully we'll stay connected. This lovely envelope came from Susan Brisson, and let's see what's in here. Yeah, Rain, I'm surprised you don't have any foamies yet. I tell you, it works to the advantage of anybody ordering from the U.S. because the exchange rate, which is sadly hard on all our Martian friends in Canada, but it's, you know, they were, I don't know, it was, I think they totaled $80 some, and I pay Canadian, and I paid 60 something, and it was only like $8 to ship them here from wherever they are in Canada. So I was surprised at the shipping. I got a little card. BTB. Oh, that was what this was in. Cute. With a nice little note. She's playing with jelly printing. She said she can't remember how she lived without it. Thank you, Susan. I'm glad you're having a good time with that. But here she included some stuff she uses for stencils, and these are she said they hold 8-pack of drinks or something together. But there's a good recycling fit. Can you see them on top of there a little bit better? Cool. And look at these jelly prints with my stencils and some PBOs, I'm sure. That's what that is. Cute. Oh, look at this one. Oh, it looks like she jelly printed the flowers and then drew these in with maybe gel pens, all the details on there. Oh, and on yellow paper. Oh, okay. I just assume everything's on white paper, but no. Cute. Look at those little pops of PBO in there. How fun are these? Thank you so much, Susan. Ooh, I love this one. I think that's a Stencil Girl stencil. That almost looks like letters and numbers, but look how wild that black is on there. Isn't that cool? More shimmer. There's that same floral stencil again, but this one, oh, it's on a map. I know those stencils, or at least that bamboo one. I like those colors. I love that. I have this. This is an iStencil. Not one of mine. An iStencils brand. I had that one, actually. Oh, and these look like they were made from these. There you go. That's pretty cool. Do you guys print on color paper like this? I only ever done black and white. Well, and I had some, well, because that's kind of all I have in cardstock. But I did have some patterned cardstock this size that was black and white, that had stripes and paisleys and checks and different stuff that I printed on some time ago. Like this paper. See this back? This paper, it was a pack that had a variety of black and whites in it like that. Here's that same stencil again. Isn't that cool looking? And it was just recycled. So I will put those in my collage stash. And then one of our favorite buddies, Shannon Green, sent me this beautiful little card she made. And a lifetime supply of Daddy Vans. All natural beeswax furniture polish. Ding! If you've ever seen her videos on that, you'll know what that is. And that just, she slays me with that every time. But she sent me the orange and the lavender, which I didn't have. So, got a lifetime supply of Daddy Vans coming up there. Thank you, Shannon. And, oh, before I forget to mention it, this new work surface, which is massive. I think it's 3 by 2, 3 by 3. I don't remember. But see this non-stick craft mat? This is a new product by Leslie Riley. It's L-E-S-L-E-Y, Riley, R-I-L-E-Y. You can check out her blog or website. I think they're becoming available if they're not available yet. And I think you can order it in any size that you want. And she sent me a piece to play with. So I'm anxious to see. I really like it. Performs the same as the beigey kind of Ranger craft mats. And, you know, the kitchen craft mats. Same kind of stuff. Just white. So it gives you a cleaner look and more true colors when they get against it. I was wondering how it was going to stream. Because, you know, when you get an all white background, sometimes you get a little wonky there. So, so far it doesn't look like an issue. How about for you guys watching? Look good for you? Looks good on my cameras from what I can see. Or my screens, rather. Hey, Carrie. Okay, Leslie also sent me these reverse alphabet stamps, which I want to do a separate short video to post to YouTube, not a whole 3-hour stream and let it get mixed up in that shuffle, to give more time to those and more attention to those, to try those out. I don't really use transfers and that stuff that much on my Gelli prints, so I have to play with those and get my head around how the best way is to use those. But I got in the mail from Dee Dee, and this was from, oh gosh, I can't remember who she sent it on behalf of. Hopefully it'll tell me in here. Wouldn't that be a heck of a note? Hang on. Jean, hey, I was just thinking about you the other day. I saw you post something on Facebook on one of Shannon's pages, and I thought, oh my gosh, I haven't seen her in so long. I hope she's okay. Hey, Paula. Hey, Carrie Ann and Sue. Thanks for joining. Oh my gosh. Oh yes, from Lilith. Janice. So, oh my gosh, look at all this. She passed it on for Janice, who we know as B. Lilith. Look at all this stuff. Oh my gosh. Let me go through this. Hey, Lynn. And Ashley. I'm putting my hands underneath my desk every once in a while. I should have come down earlier and put my my space heater on. It's cold down here in the winter. Me cold, I know. Can you imagine? Ew, I was hoping I'd get a little piece of this ribbon. Look at these colors. Oh, I have an opportunity I wanted to share with you guys. I'm going to go... you guys know I'm friends with Jody Ohl and her friend and art retreat partner, Jean Skipper Kessler, who does mixed media jewelry. They did the REME retreats, the REME retreats. I did one at Ocracoke October before last. I've taken classes from Jody Ohl. Anyway, they have partnered with another friend of theirs in Vass, North Carolina. They have their own studio. And I have been invited to come down and teach. I was going to come down. I was seeing what their schedule was. Oh my gosh. The paper is beautiful enough, but look at this. So I'm going to go down. Dave has a golf trip every year. I'm going to ride down with him because he goes to Pinehurst, which is 20 minutes down the road. Drop me off there, and I'm going to teach my the same thing I taught in Maryland last year, the Jumpstart Gelli Jumpstart journals. I'm going to do that the end of March. Actually, I think it's April 2nd is the date. So how cool is that? So anyway, I can't stop touching this. This feels so cool. Look at this. It's like a necklace with a little beaded pouch. Look at that. It's just like one of those worry bead things that you want to play with, but it's got a little pocket in there. That's beautiful. Is Janice here? I haven't seen her in chat. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. I hope this is actually recording this time. Yeah, look at this paper. Paper's just as yummy. That's such a nice touch when you go to the trouble of customizing the tissue that's already a pretty color, but customizing that for somebody sending out happy mail. Oh my gosh, I don't know where to start. Thanks, ladies. I'm planning to see how this goes, and then they said maybe back again this summer. My friend Donna that came over and streamed with me one time, she made a card, I think, on stream And look at this tiny book. Paula, look at this little itty bitty baby book. And these cool papers that are in there. Kind of citrus colors. With a little clasp on it like an alligator. Is that what I should know that. I used to make jewelry. So you can hook it on something. How cute is that? And then I got my Fibisms book. I've seen everybody stream about these. So I probably go back again this summer. Paula's going to retire, and not Paula. Paula, are you retiring in April? I'm telling you, I'm like I got the attention span of a gnat. Donna is planning to retire in April, and she said, whenever you want to go do something, I'm free to go. So she's probably going to go down with me again sometime over the summer, and I will use her as my little craft helper in the class. She could teach her own class. She's really talented. Ashley, Patty, do you do mixed media? That's pretty much all I do, Ashley. I think your name is new here, but thanks for joining us. I appreciate that. And welcome. You retired 3 years ago, Paula. All right, here's this little book. Wait for it. Crusty Bits. Oh My Giggles. Razzafrazzin'. You guys have seen these a couple times from Paula and Zandra, and I think Dee Dee. So, there, it's really similar, but I can't imagine how long it took her to do these. With all these different, every letter is like a different set of stickers that she had to put together. Know what I mean, Vern? What the fluffy? Whoops. Hello, lover. I believe that's mine. Lasai. Stickles. Drama-free zone. I think that's Barb. Just saying. Don't email me, isn't that Dee Dee? I don't get to watch Dee Dee because I'm at work. Speaking of retiring, damn job. My first time. Feel really welcome, Patty. Do you want to be friends? I want to be friends with everybody, Ashley. Sweet goodness. Come to mama. I think I say that too. Ho-ho! Can't talk arting. How cute are these? That's what I say too when my paint tubes kind of make their little noises when they get empty. I say it's the paint, not the artist. Ah. One moment, please. Rabbit Trail, musical interlude. That's our friend Jamie, and you guys do not want me to do that. Trust me. Hot mess. Wonder who says that. I don't think I've ever heard that before. All more butter. Embrace the lag. Happy arting, y'all. How cute is that? That's a little treasure with a deserved spot here right up on my in-your-face shelf on my desk. Not for long, Jean. They won't be clean too long. Oh, this is just a whole bag of goodies here. Tiny little seed beads and tube beads and micro beads, little feathers and bits and bobs. Look at all this stuff in here. Lola, thank you so much. I can't imagine how long it took you to do everybody's things that you put together. This is so nice and generous. Who just came in? Lynn, I saw her come in. Just a few years, Ashley. I was a glass artist doing lamp work before I got into mixed media, actually. Oh my gosh. And I made jewelry, and look at this. Wow. I know what kind of work that takes to make a bracelet with this much stuff on it. And I like how it sounds. I like paper ruffling sounds too. I like the audio parts of stuff. Oh my gosh, there's more and more and more. Lilith. Oh, another one. Oh wow, look at this. See, these just aren't beads on a chain. I don't know if you guys know about jewelry, but each one of these little bits is on a head pin. And then there's 1, 2, 3 beads stacked on the head pin. Then you have to bend the head pin to put a fitting on it. Put a jump ring to pull it into the chain bracelet. So each one of those is their own little piece of jewelry tied into that. It's amazing. I know what work that is. Put these back in their little safe place for now. Ooh. Oh, I missed Orla. Oh, there's Orla. Hey, Orla, how you doing? I'm going through my goodies from B. Lilith, Janice. Ashley, I'm not sure I understand your last question. How long have you done mixed media and you are friends, right, Patty? I don't know what that means exactly, Ashley. Friends with whom? Oh, these are my candy bar pages. Hey, Bunny. Oh, Smarties. Hey, Linda White Holloway's going to want this one. Isn't that what she stocks up on when you guys are getting the snow? Smarties, beer, and bacon. And then her hunkering down. Buttercrisp candy. Oh, my God. I've been doing Weight Watchers. Reading candy. Not good. You and I are good friends? You would think I would know your screen name in that case. I'm not sure which Ashley you are, Ashley. Nickel Knacks. I've never heard of those. Oh, that's the Christmas candy. My grandmother used to have that. Yes, Jean. Actually, I would. I'm going to hit you with that if you don't mind. I was actually thinking the same thing. Hold on. Trying to figure out how to do this. I'm going to turn my links on. Gene, I don't remember how to do that. I thought I had to right click, but that's not giving me the pop-up that I wanted. Do I have to do it over on this other? Let me try this. There you go. You got it, Jean. You know what to do when you got to do it. Appreciate it. All right, let's carry on, shall we? Oh, more paper. Put this with this. How cute. Look at that copper shimmer in there. Polly you've only had an inch of snow. We get 30. What is fair and right about that? Oh, and a coloring book page. Cat with the guitar. That one looks fun. Put that here with my to be colored pile. Thank you so much, Lilith. Bless your heart. Move my heater out of the way. I have to combine that with a hot flash. Put that in my pile over there. Put these in my collage drawer. From my cold colors. Ashley, I've been doing mixed media for about 4 years, I think it is now. Thanks, Jean. So, hey Jean, Jean homeschool Jean. My neighbor actually. I got my Artfoamies, and here they are. I'll show you which ones I got. I got them from artfoamies.com. They're based out of Canada, but you get a real break on them from being here because of the way the dollar is now, and the shipping was only $8 from there, which really surprised me. But I got, this is the one they sent me for free. It's a little spiral. And I got 2 feathers because I love feathers. So I got 2 different types and sizes of feathers. I got Julie Faye Balzer's Lotus. And I love this one. I saw Zandra playing with this one. And I saw it on some of the CHA YouTube videos. I love that. I love circles and I love that design. I also got this one. This was called some sort of like tribal headdress or something. You know, I like my tribal stuff, right? And I got this little spiral. Who did it here? And then I got this Julie Faye Balzer border. That was cute. And I got this larger border. This wasn't Julie's, it was somebody else's, but kind of goes with a couple of the other ones. Hey, Dixie. Good to see you. And then I got Julie's numbers. And they each come with these pieces of foam, which become a stamp pad. And Julie Faye Balzer has a YouTube video out where she demos this. And you can put a little bit of paint on, scrape it with a credit card to get it down into the foam. Hey, Pat. And do like maybe red here, yellow here, blue here, whatever. And then use your stamp. I don't know which this one is meant for. This one probably. Yeah, they each come with one that kind of fits your stamp. And then you stamp into the paint, and then you can use it as a stamp, and you can get multiple impressions out of it on paper. Maybe we'll play with one of those. And I'm not going to do all of those like that because I'll have one big painty mess here while it tells you to wash these out pretty quickly after you do them. And to wipe your stamps down and not let the paint stay on them too much. But let's just, for giggles, let's throw something together here for a minute. How can we go wrong with these 3 colors? Info about the craft mat. Yeah, Helena, this is from Leslie Riley. It's white. You can get it by the foot, I believe, or any size that you want. This is pretty big. It goes way out of my frame. But it seems to be just like the Ranger ones as far as texture and performance. It's just like a pristine, clean white. I was concerned about how it was going to work on camera. When you get that white glare, sometimes you can't get focus. But I think it seems to be working okay from what I can tell on my side. So if anybody has a problem, speak up and let me know with that. So, let me get this out of my way. Let's try this and see how this baby works. Should probably get something to print on, huh? So if I remember correctly, Julie put a little paint here, a little paint here. I probably should have done those separately maybe. Well, let's try. And then kind of taking a credit card or whatever, or scraper, and scrape that into the, I probably need more paint than that. That's sucking up there pretty good. Hey Ella, thanks for joining. I want to cover this whole stamp because that stamp that I think fits on this one is pretty wide. Alright, get this kind of inked up, if you will. You were talking about using the Gelli plate as a stamp. The smaller ones, you mean, Joan? Yeah, I'm not sure if the mats are available yet. If I recall, they are coming, but let's see if I got enough on here. So basically, this is now your ink pad. And you push your stamp on there. Okay, I gotta see what's going on here. I might have a... Okay. And we've got a broken arm on a snowboarding accident in the group. Oh, great. Okay, so now you can see where that's picked up that paint pretty nicely. And then you can just use that to imprint on paper. Wow, look at that. It's two good imprints. A ghosty one. Ghosty one. Running out of paper. Hey, Linda. And now you're even getting a lighter ghost, but it's still kind of cool. You get some, you know, if you're doing a background, you know, even something like that's kind of cool. But look at that. So that's what the foam bits are for, right? So not a bad thing. That's kind of cool. I'm just going to take, instead of walking over to the sink to do this, I'm going to wipe this off with a baby wipe. And I know in the directions it said, you know, be sure to get in the cracks and creases, which you would in any stamp, because that'll affect the outcome of the pattern if it gets kind of clogged up. There we go. That came off pretty well. And that, well, that might not survive the show, but that's okay. I have a bunch of them. I'm just going to put this wet baby wipe on there and hope for the best. Okay. So now, let's start trying these puppies on the Gelli plate, shall we? Oh, I wanted to grab see if I have a piece of fabric here to play with. In a safe place I put it, apparently. Yes, I did. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I have this black canvas. Huh. Interesting. Well, let's not go too crazy right yet. I have some fat quarters here in white cotton. We'll try some of that for now. Uh-oh, that doesn't look good. Why do they put this stuff on fabric like this anyway? Is it just me, or does that seem kind of stupid? Alright, well, I think this one's a goner. And that crappy deal. I wonder if I hit that with a little bit of heat, if that'll loosen it up any. Oh, great minds, Jean. It is cold down here, so maybe that does have something to do with it. Try that before I set the fabric on fire. What was I doing last time that I was heating something up and I burnt the paper? Yeah. Bet Paula was about to have a stroke if she saw that one. So much for safety. Oh, here we go. Ah. Well, you know, I guess it's going to be another one of those days. And I didn't get anywhere near that warm. If I can put my hand under this one, I got it turned down a little bit. All right, so whose idea was this? Excuse me. Let's try for another piece, shall we? Excuse me. Yeah, try that. Apparently I'm allergic to heated labels. Oh, excuse me. Piece of muslin. Alright, if none of these work, we shall move on to paper. But I did find this canvas bag. I'm going to sneeze again. Paula, did I catch your cold? How you feeling today, by the way? Thanks, ladies. Hey. I did find this little canvas bag in there. We can print that if nothing else. Alright, let's see if this one works any better. Let's start off with the heat. This is what everybody wants to rewatch on YouTube. Trying to peel the sticker off so you can start playing. Oh well, real life people. That helped a little bit on this one, I think. Oh yeah, that's coming off much nicer. Close enough. I know I totally missed your morning stream. I even popped over to Ustream a couple times to see if anything was going on in between what I was doing around the house. I put together a Weight Watchers crockpot lasagna yesterday and working on some stuff to help my brother with his upcoming charity golf tournament that he's doing the end of April for Wounded Warrior charity. So, well, you're not gonna come off of there, are you, you rascal? Try one time and then we're just gonna paint over it. Oh, so while if we have anybody that we didn't have last night with Paula, tomorrow is the deadline to get your deposits in for the Maryland Art Weekend. $100 non-refundable to my PayPal address, which if you need, let me know. We do have a few more spots left. So, I'll go over, and since we met our minimum, I'll go over sometime this week, get the contract signed, and we shall be on our way. Alright, we're going to go with this. A couple little pieces on there, but I don't really care. So I'm just going to use this to stamp off on when I get these all painted up. I'm going to put that over there. Let's start with a smaller piece, so I'm kind of contained here a little bit. Alrighty. Get a couple more colors out of here to play with. Some hots and some colds. Couple of PBOs just because. All right, I'm totally discombobulated. I need to get a couple new brares. They're getting a little squeaky again. Sorry for the nose blow. Sneezes are rattling me. My brain's loose. Alright, let's get rid of this. This has seen better days. My cover has crusty bits. Yeah, Joan told me she's booked her flights from the UK to come for their trip to Maryland, so it'll be great to get to meet all these people that we see and chat and get to know online and have some fun for a weekend in person. Alright, let's get some paint down and get this party started. I like this border. So I'm going to push that, and I'm going to wiggle this just the tiniest bit to get it to squidge down into the paint. Yes, squidge is a word before anybody questions me. And then you get enough on there to be able to stamp off and use that. I believe, I'm hoping, That's what's working in my head. So let's see what happens in real life. Ooh, yeah. That's pretty good for just an off print, huh? So I'm going to do that repeatedly. Little squidge, little print. Make a little background of this pattern here. Cute. I'm going to hit the edge of this right there. And then flip her over. Maybe hit the bottom there. Look, it's still printing on here. This really holds the paint nice. This is really, I mean, look at, I'm still getting an impression. And I just kind of half-heartedly pushed it there. I wasn't even trying. Look at that. This really loads the paint. Wow. That's impressive. Hey, Sandy. Lilith. Hello, dear. Thank you so much. I opened your Happy Mail today that arrived from Dee Dee. It's the first time I've streamed since then. Thank you so much. You are so generous and talented and thoughtful. I really appreciate that. All right, let's see what this baby looks like. Yum. My phone is going crazy. Like, shoot me now. Let's put this little delight on a piece of deli. Yeah, Patty, that is what Julie's impression was, because they're so much better quality and other. They really are, Jean. In my humble opinion. Not that I'm a foam stamp expert, but I have made some of my own from Julie's Technique, actually. And yeah, there's something about that foam that's really really nice. Hello, lover. How can you not like that? Yeah, well, I bet. I mean, that's just so pretty. I love that. All right. Stay there. Stay there. All right, and I still have a little ghost image. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but we'll pick that up later in another layer. Pretty, pretty. I'm going to do those colors again so I can finish stamping off the back of this bag. And then we'll go with something else to add another layer. Once I figure out what that something else is going to be. All right. As thick as these are, that's comfortable in my hand too. Instead of having your fingers down in the paint, you can hold this and not get near the paint layer. Not that I worry about paint on my fingers. I'm just saying. Now, why did I move this when I need it right here? One might ask. There we go. Fill in that last little bit. That's just cute like that. Let's clear that is. And you can see where the paint is actually blending into the stamp. And you're getting those mixed looking colors. I love this pattern too. Look how bright that is. That one's, I bumped on it. Got a little blurry there, but that's all right. Uh-oh, got a piece of boo-boo in there. I'm going to do this one lightly. Oh yeah, then it's more... Oh, look how 3D this one looks. Where that squidged a little bit and moved, it looks like it's three-dimensional. Yeah, I'm going to try that again. Yeah, I know, Linda. That's why I kind of am drawn to that. I like that geometric pattern stuff going on there. Oh, I know what I want to do. I'm going to put some of this on art tissue and Daddy Van it some other time. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Tam. Yeah, somebody will put the link up for you, Tam, but it's artfoamies.com. They're out of Canada, but really reasonable shipping, and then you get the benefit of the exchange rate. There you go, for some future collage. Keep that piece out there. All right, let me grab a baby wipe. They have all sorts of animal stamps on that artfoamies.com. I tell you, you can see in person, you guys probably can't tell. But the more I wipe, the closer I get back down to the black of the stamp. There's just the tiniest bit of paint on there. But it still keeps wiping off. So that's how it holds that. And these images are really crisp for foam. Me likey. All right, let's, you know what? I bet that would look cool. Let's do this. Or should I do feathers? What should I put on here? So a couple of these round ones in like orangey colors, I'm thinking. Or feathers, maybe. I don't know. Let's go with this. What the heck? What's the worst that can happen? Don't answer that the way my month's been going. Ugh. Linda, back away from that stamp. No good can come from that. All right, let's do... Oops. Oh, no, I thought I broke my cap off. Damn Wheaties. All right. Let's do a little this, a little this. And let's just, for gigs, let's put a little orange PBO in there. Okie dokie. that out of the way. All right. I have to be mindful of all the stuff around me and not do my usual helter-skelter jelly printing. All right. Get some smushing in the center too, so I get a good imprint on that whole design. Now look how much of that paint sucked up on there. Yum! Let's try going a little bit off the edge. Not as bold as I was hoping it would be. Might just be my color choice. But we shall continue. So maybe what I'll do is come back with like some strong hot pink or maybe even black for a couple feathers. Doesn't look bad. Colororius. I never heard of that one, Dixie. These are Artfoamies. These are new ones they've been out for a while, but now Julie Faith Van Balzer has some of her designs there. And there we go. All right, let's get some more. Just wiping this now, so I'm kind of getting like a swipe on there, but I'm trying to get some of that off of there. Oh, what am I doing? Pay attention. Don't be stupid. Maybe I'll go over top of these yet. Yeah, no doubt, Jean. With Julie promoting them. You can see them on there. All right, let's get this off of here before we have La Boo Boo. I'm going to go lighter than I did before on my first blue pole. Oh, sundial-ish. I forget what they call that design. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Oops. Craft-a-lanch. I have a couple different, got a little different setup on my desk now with this other shelf, and I lost my elevated space for throwing my prints up there and letting them dry. Oh, so anyway, I started talking. I'm telling you, I got the attention span of a gnat. From Maryland, the next step now will be, after tomorrow, when I see what our final number is, I'll be able to come up with the balance due remaining for the art space. And once they get the contract set up, they will inform The hotel, ooh, look at the pretty combinations in that. They'll inform the hotel to have my room block designated as Maryland Art Weekend. So that could take, you know, a number of days to set up. But you don't want to book your room without designating it Maryland Art Weekend, because that will then become part of my room block and go against the attrition that I'm signing and I'm responsible for. So I'll let you know when to do that. But Paula and I will get our supply list together. And I'm warming my hands up while I'm talking. I'm freezing. We'll get our supply list together so we can send those out to everyone so you can start accumulating your goodies. And, you know, also the high sign and a reminder about booking your own sleeping room. And there have been a couple people that I've paired up as roommates that needed the needed that hookup. So everybody should be set, I think. But at the last minute, if anybody has a friend or a relative or art partner, whatever, that decides they want to go, we do have room for a few more spaces. Ooh, that feels good on my hands. All right. That's going to be a pretty pull. You know what? I think I'm going to pull this now. Clean off my plate. A little tight and buff. I just would rather say tight and buff instead of tight and buff. Takes me back to my cougar days. All right, let's get this down. Feels weird doing jelly printing and no stencils. Oh, pretty soon I'm going to be coming out with another release for stencils, for my eye stencils. And these will be a lot of new 8-inch round designs for the round jelly plate. And I think a couple of masks that I've come up with will be in there as well. So we're sneaking up on finishing up that launch. So as soon as I get that information, I'll share it with everybody. But and if you don't have a round jelly plate, you don't need a round jelly plate to use the round stencils. They'll just give you a circular design on this plate or whatever plate you have, smaller or larger. You know, you don't have to use an exact matching size stencil for a cool design. Ooh. That's pretty cool. Look at all those colors that came out of that. And around the edges, the crusty bits. Little PBO shimmer going on there. I like that one. Okay, so now this is kind of clean. Let me... Oh, I wanted a baby wipe this. This is the only problem with these, if you want to keep these in pretty good shape. Oh no, I saw the screen go black. Did you guys lose me? Oh no, there I'm back. Ah, thank you. I doubt this is going to record. Paula, do you know if you recorded your last couple streams? Did they actually record? Sandy, it's artfoamies.com. Let me quote the Fibisms book. That was the paint, not the artist. All right, I think we can kiss that baby goodbye. Was that enough paint? Whew. Yep. All right, let's get some black feathers. And you know, these impressions are probably coming out lighter on fabric than they would on paper because of the nap of the fabric. And this is kind of, what is that? Not canvas, it's like a muslin-ish kind of thing. So it's got some weave to it with that highs and lows, so you won't get a clean, smooth print. It'll come out more splotchy like this, which I do remember now having printed on fabric before. Yeah, see how that looks more gray? But I can come back with a paint pen and outline that or something. So, not bad. Let's just spread some around here. Actually, let me do a couple impressions and see if I get more paint on it. Turn that one that way. Yeah, I'm doing this little muslin bag that I found in my fabric stash. That one's a little darker with having double dipped the paint, but yeah, you know, there you go. So you don't have to stamp this off every time. You can make multiple impressions if you're, you know, just doing your, you know, I wonder what this, no, it didn't clean it off enough. Never mind, I was thinking about a patina print with feathers. I can do that with my stencils if I want. See, this is on paper, so we'll see if there's a difference. But yeah, see how much blacker that is on paper where it's an even surface that you're pushing this on. It's looking like that because of the, that's still a second print there. Now we're losing, because I'm really pushing pretty good on these now. All right. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that. Me likey. Let's ghost this little ghost on some Gelli. Trying to clean some of that off, but that's really, it's fighting me. Actually, that'll make a pretty cool cleanup print. Don't you think? I think it will. All right. I'm really amazed at how much paint this foam sucks up. Let's see what else we got over here. Let's do some of those big numbers. I'm going to do, where did I put it? Oh, I ran out of black, that's right. Alrighty. Alright. Let's go this way with these. Maybe put that on there, see how that comes out. The cleanups are usually my favorites. Ooh, that's a bold one. Hey, Kathy, gonna be bad for your bank book? Yeah, these are pretty fun. I'm pushing on this pretty good. Put my back into it, like Paula says. I'm going to run off the edge here. That's okay. That means I'll run off the edge here. All is well. Yeah, I like the numbers too. I like the letters, but I thought, you know, let's not try to go too crazy with the spending spree. But I got a number of them that I quite like, so. And I try to get different stuff, you know, borders and feathers and rounds and that sort of stuff. Look at that. I likey. Here you go, Lilith, I'll type it in here. And do it friends and family, and that way they won't deduct a fee. But that's so cool that you're going to go. I would love to meet you. All right, let's put this on something. Let me just grab a piece of cardstock. Janice, where do you live? Part of the, oh, look at that. Of course, it's backwards, but who cares? That's just scrumptious. And some of these, where I squidged it and moved it a little bit more, see underneath that 5 and the 8 on this impression that I did in the center? See where that looks? Can you guys see it looks 3D? I'm going to try doing that more and doing that on purpose to get that 3D kind of look. Oh, look at that. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, yes, I am. Hello, Patina print with numbers. They're going to be backwards, and I don't care. Yes, I am. Putting some PBOs in the green, blue, and yellow green on top of that black. And getting a big old fat mess here. Need my blotter paper. Now I'm going to take just the weight of the brayer and let that pick up some of that excess paint. You can see where it's kind of filling in the holes that the paint was lifted from the stamp. Right? Do that one again. There's a little bit more down there. That's okay. That's not going to lift anymore. Okay. Hold that thought. I'm going to put this on Gelli so I can collage with it because I think it's going to be fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. I actually kind of like numbers backwards when I'm using it in the background because it makes it even more, as the layers build, it looks even more obscure and deep because it's not just right to your eye, you know, it's a little bit off. But I'm a little off, so it kind of works out. All right. Oh, hello, lover. Look at you. You pretty little patina print rascal, you. How stinking cool is that? Oh, I love that. That might be an all-time favorite. If I do say so myself. And this cleanup print, seriously, that's going to be awesome. All right, let me make some room here. Getting a lot of control. And let me take a little baby wipe to the foam. Isn't that a fun one? I know, right, Denise? This is going to be cool. This cleanup print. Oh, Jean's going to be stalking her postman. I'm stalling and letting this dry a little bit so I can get a good cleanup. All right. All right, can you guys see what's on there? Hello. Mama's coming to get you. Just wait for me. So I'm thinking maybe possibly... No, you know what? I was thinking maybe I was going to pull it through a stencil. But I think this in a flat, just smooth pickup of this will look pretty darn cool. A lot of that's still wet. All right, I need a piece to brayer off. Apparently I already did. Yeah, yumminess is waiting to happen. Stand by for yummy. Babe, our female lab, she fake snores with her eyes open looking at you to see if you're watching her. Okay. Whatever I'm going to get, I'm going to get. I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to pull it with Tight and Buff. But I'm thinking I was going to pull it on Gelli, so I've got some collage-y bits. But should I pull it on black and really exaggerate the PBOs? But then I lose all the black bits on the black paint. I think I'm going to go Tight and Buff. Talk myself right into that one. All right. Alrighty. I put in a suggestion for Gelli Arts. Whether it'll ever happen or not, who knows. But I asked them to consider making an 8.5 by 11 plate, but just like a 1/16 smaller than that on each side. So when you push it and you get that give, you don't have paint squidging out. Like where I cut my first 12 by 14 plate. Remember I cut it up? Jean did that. Paul has done that. So that I don't have the border, you know, when you print on 8.5 by 11, you always get this white border. I wanted it all the way out to the edges, so I cut up my plate, and I get that result. But I asked them, I thought, wouldn't that be nice if we had a plate that was actually made for that? So we'll see. I know a lot of people don't like that white border. Sometimes it makes it cool if you get it centered because it's like a frame. But, you know, depending on what I'm doing. Oh, I just got to chill. Ugh, I hope I don't start getting sick again. Ooh, I actually have goosebumps from head to toe. What is up? Somebody call 911. That doesn't happen anywhere often that it's considered normal on me, let me tell you. I'm letting that stick to the paper a little bit while I huddle over my heater under my desk. We have one of those heaters down here, space heater, that's got, it's filled with hot oil, and it looks like one of the old radiators, one of the hot water radiators. And Yay, Janice, I just got an alert. I'm so happy that you're going to be able to join us. That's going to be awesome. Now, where are you from, Janice? Geographically, what area will you be coming in from? Okay. Oh, look at you. See all that flash in there? From PB, I keep saying PBOs, but I heard the PBO representative calling it Pebio. I like PBO better, but I guess it is Pebio. Oh, Kansas City. You guys are having a good storm on the way, don't you, right now? Coming up like in the early part of the week. That's really pretty close up. I don't know if it's coming across, but look at all those little scrubby, interrupted little bits of black and grunge. That's what I want to say, grunge. And the shiny PBOs cutting through there. I think this deserves another hello lover. Me likey. All right, let's see what else we got here. Did the big border. Let's do some of Julie's. I'll fill in the little bits with that. Oh, here she's got a little border I didn't do yet. This little squiggly one. I should have brought a hot drink down here. I have Diet Coke. I always thought it was PBO, but the reps on all the CHA videos that demoed it all said Pebio. Let's just change it to what we want to call it. The hell with the experts. That's what I say. Okay, what am I doing? Let's try did you see that? Did you see my brain lock up there for a minute? What's this? Primary red, which this does not look primary red to me. It looks more like a magenta-ish bit in there, but what the hell do I know? Let's try a little, a little orange PBO again, now that I'm not doing it on fabric, but on paper, and see if that sparkle shows up a little bit more than it, of course it won't do it on the fabric, but ooh, that's a nice bright red with that combination in there. All right, let's do some let me stamp off on here with this one. I'm going to wiggle that just a little bit to try to get that 3D-ish looking deal going there. really squidged that one. I was trying to read the chat and lost track of what I was doing. I know that's a shocker. They are from France, Kathy. I get mine at fineartstore.com, and Blick sells them as well. But yes, they are a French product. Wow, Rain, what are you doing with all those goodies you're getting out of there? Was it you saying that you were donating it to some children's shelter or something like that? Let's try to get... Paybeo? Is that what you're saying? P-E-Y-B-E-Y? Paybay? I like that one even less. Alright. Let's put a couple little of these. This was my freebie thank you that they sent me. A little spiral, which I love spirals. I actually had a spiral in my cart. Oh, that's nice, Rain. That's a great use of that stuff. Very nice. Love it. You know, I contacted a women's shelter in Baltimore a couple years ago now, and said that I would volunteer and I'd bring some stuff over for the kids and like play with them, teach them art stuff. And I thought it was going to go somewhere, and then the guy, I never heard back from him. So I tried, but that didn't work. Oh, see, well, that one's smooched. Let me twist it. Huh, cool. Okay. Who is Deb, Paula? Ooh, little PBO shim in there. Where is it? Let me catch the light. There you go. I know, Gene, I got everybody screwed up. I guess when I first saw it, that's how I heard it called, and it seemed like to make sense to me. With the, you know, they got the long, which I take it, no, I don't know in France what that means, but in English, if you're looking at a dictionary, that means a long E like PBO. I'm sticking with PBO. Hell with all of them. Oh, look at that bits of orange in there from that PBO. Isn't that amazing how that brightens up? I mean, that's just kind of an okay print. It's a little blurry and not that awesome, but that makes it awesome. When you get that orange in there. Yes, I do. I still got enough in here to do another little ghosty thing. Let's see. Thought I had it. Oh, here. Let's use this. Okay, so most of that's dry. It's not picking up. So I'm thinking it's saying, come and get me on a cleanup print. Pretty sure that's what's being said here. cool. All right, let me get my... All right. Let's get this out of the way. Oops. This one's the 8x10, Jennifer. This is a regular 8x10 plate. That was the first one they came out with. And the one I would recommend to anybody starting out. This is pretty basic. It's good for a whole sheet of paper. You can also do smaller bits of paper on it. You can use it to do fabric, just repeating pulls. So it's kind of a good all-around plate, in my opinion. Okay, let's do... I like this headdress one too. What haven't I done? This feather, this headdress, and this border. Oh, and this squiggly one. Okay. All right. Ooh, warming up my hands again. Hey, Pam. Didn't have a stroke, just reading the chat. If I ever do have a stroke, the way you'll know that is I never say I'm looking at the chat and we just drop to silence for the rest of the stream. Hey, Kia. Whew, warm my hands up. Lordy. I think I'm going to do... what am I going to do? Let's do... right over this, I'm going to go with contrasting colors. I'm planning ahead for a cool cleanup page. That's my plan. I always put too much. I'd like to have all the paint I waste. Quite honestly. You'd think by now have a better hang of it, but I do not. Alright, let me get that out of the way. Let me do some printing off over here. Let's do the headdress. I'm going to do one here. Ooh, that's a nice print. I'm wiggling this one. A little squiggly wiggly. Oop, I moved that one. I was trying to read the chat. Squidged up my print. Oh well. Not the worst thing that's going to happen today. Cool. Oh yeah, I see that when I look on the camera with the wings with the and the paint. Looks like a dragonfly. Huh. Alright, let's put some of these on there, shall we? Yes, we shall. That's kind of cute. All right. I'm gonna pull this bad boy. Ooh, pretty. You'll liking that. And now let me get this. Oh, look at that. That came out nice. And look at this mess of colors. That's what I was going for, because that other one came out kind of cool. Alright, let me get some of this off of here. Meanwhile, letting that dry. Alright. I wish I would have put a little bit of the blue-green PBO in there. Look. I'm a baby wipe. How cute are you? This is really interesting foam. It's like a high density, some kind of special stuff. As if I know what the hell I'm talking about, which I clearly do not. Alright. Whew. Now I'm having a hot flash. The heater's got to go. Oh, there's no happy medium with me, I'm telling you. All I can say is God bless Dave. Whew. Lordy. Alright. Now, let's see. I wonder if I pulled it with a PBO. See, Lynn, thanks for joining. I'm wondering. You know what? Why wonder? Why not? Let's just do it. I'm going to put a really thin layer. I know, I'm trying to say that and do it. Thanks, Lynn. Good to be seen. Been a little crazy. I don't know if all of you are aware of what happened recently in our family. I know a lot of you are, so this will be a repeat, but my niece, Chelsea, who tells everybody I'm her mother figure, she's the one, my brother's daughter that lost her mom 5 years ago, was pregnant with her first baby, and Sunday before last felt no movement. They took her in, no heartbeat. They had to induce labor. She had to go through 39 hours of labor to deliver a stillborn. And it was a really hard time, and I was in with her the whole time. We got to hold her and say our goodbyes, and we had a priest come in and bless her, and the baby's being cremated, and her ashes will be put with Janine's, her grandmother's, Chelsea's mother's. We buried her ashes at sea, and that's where the baby's going to go, which is kind of comforting to Chelsea to know she's with her mom. But today would have been the shower we were having for several of Janine's friends and one of Chelsea's girlfriends, and I. They all volunteered and got together with me to, we're going to be like 80 people. So, yeah, so that was a rough go there. She's doing great, though. She's got a great attitude. The cord was wrapped around the baby's neck twice so tightly that it strangled her, basically. She was completely purple when she was born. Perfect little 2-pound angel. And they just said it was a freak accident. It's common to have a cord wrapped around your neck, but not so tightly that it would cause death. And that's not something she'd have to concern herself with going forward. And they are going to try again as soon as they can. So that was comforting. Ooh, that's pretty interesting. I did see all those different colors in there. Well, there was enough PBO. Well, I did pull it with PBO, didn't I? Oh, hello. Of course there's enough. But anyway, yeah, that was, she actually delivered her on the 20th. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Chelsea was born to be a mother. They got married almost, June will be 2 years ago. They've been together for 12 years. And they dated as teenagers. And she had the nursery. She's a Pinterest girl. She had the nursery done. She had, you know, she was taking a belly bump picture every week and has it on Facebook as her belly grew, and just all, she was just so into it that it was really heartbreaking. But she's got her head in a good place, and she said, my mom would kick my butt if I looked at this any differently and let it affect me forever. So God bless her. But all right, let's do one with this little bit here, and then I think I'm going to wrap it up a little earlier than I planned. My mom's kind of having a hard time right now. She's not been out of the house since before our blizzard. So it's about 10 or 11 days, and she's like chomping at the bit and just getting herself depressed because of just... And she twisted her knee last week, so now she's been walking around with a crutch, won't go to a doctor. Hard-headed. But God bless her, she's 87, so I'm going to go over. I told her I'd finish up this and get ready and come over and take her for a ride and grab a bite to eat with her. Get her out of the house for a little bit. So she was going to try the steps while I'm streaming and let me know later so that I can... if she can't get out of her house because of the steps, then, you know, that's a no-go, but we shall see how she makes out. All right, let's do some crazy combination here. Let's do this and this yellowy lime green. Sometimes this gives you like a pinky bronze combination. Let's see if it does. Or just give us a bunch of ick. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. As a matter of fact, what am I doing? I should be doing this one here. I'm just going to get rid of that muck. That's nasty. Whew. Bye-bye. Oh, you know what I was thinking. Let me show you what I was thinking these colors would do. I will show you. It's this one. It's this purple. PBO Oriental Violet. This isn't one of the shimmery Dyna colors. This is, hey CB. Hey Carol. It's this and this do the magic. I'll show you. This, not so much on the magic. That was more like, I don't know. I'm thinking vomit. Ooh, that's not. Yeah, we will just get rid of this. Oh Lord, look at this mess. That wasn't too smart. Let's just do this. Watch this magic trick. Woo! Here we go. Well, and not enough purple in the purple, too, to do what this is going to do. What this is going to do is really cool. I show you. Let me get rid of this crapola on here. And let's just do it halfway, right? Get rid of that evidence. I didn't like that at all. Okay, good enough. Hey, Safia. Okay, so now this is what I was trying to show you, and I'll do this kind of in a gradient so you can see the magic happen. And this again is Oriental Violet by PBO. And this is the PBO Dyna in green yellow. Oh, well, not the artist. That was the paint container. All right, let me get my... Bye, Kathy. Thanks for joining. All right, so when I do one of these gradients, I like to get the one color... Way too much paint again. That little paint fart there set me over the edge with this paint. Good Lord, look at all this. Jean, is that a crime or what? My friend. Get rid of some more of that. Good night, nurse. And now, let's do this down here. Oh, for Pete's sake, excuse me. Gotta make sure there's no disasters. Oh, that one's going to have to wait. And now, when you pull this up into here, you get a really cool, rosy, bronzy-ish color. Way too much paint. But ain't she pretty? So now, let's do, well, this is the one I haven't used, so we'll just use this little border. And that comes out really light because these PBOs, when they're by themselves, the Dyna colors, they're very translucent and they don't give you much depth of color. But this is good because you'll see the progression of the blend as this comes off of here. They really show up, those Dyna colors really show up against another solid color or especially a darker color. So now you can kind of see that middle one, how it's kind of like a pinky bronzy color, It didn't get that puke color of those other purple and green combos. Yep, pretty cute. Go back up here. Get more of that. Now you can see that different colors of paint have gotten in the stamp. See how that one's a different color? This is actually causing a really cool blend here on the page, because that green is sticking on the stamp and it's showing off on this color down here when it gets to the deeper purple. This is kind of cool what's happening here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'm just going to continue with that pattern right across there. Yeah, get out. Get out, get out. Because this could be a really cool print. If what my mind is seeing comes out on the paper, which doesn't always happen. There you can see how that blend is kind of looking. This is one of Julie Faye Fan Balzer's borders. I forget what it's called, but it is one of her borders of the Artfoamies. So now, I'm going to pull this on Gelli. Whenever I think it's a really good print, I try to use Gelli or the art tissue, so then I can go back and collage with it. Stop getting stuck on my under paper there. I'm going to do a light pull so I can get a better impression of the design. When you push real hard on it, it kind of, those ridges of the paint that build up where the stamp displaces it, you're smushing it back down again. And then you don't get as crisp of a print. Oh, hello to you. So now you can kind of try to hold that taut so we can see where that blend hits. Trying to catch the light so you can see it. It's less and less shimmery as it gets down into the purple. But you can see that different color that it becomes in the middle, which I quite like. Stay up there. All right, let's. Now this one I'm going to rub pretty good and try to get this as a more consistent ghost going here. I'm telling you, my phone has never been busier other than when we were at the hospital. And I got to keep checking it because of all the stuff that's going on in the background. Good night, Nellie. Sorry about that. I don't normally like to do that, but when I have to for my family, that's what I got to do. Ooh, oh, 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 look at that shimmer across there. These will make cool little strips to cut out and stick in a collage. I do believe. And looky what's on the plate. Hello, lover. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull this with black on black. And let's see what happens there. stamp's even got kind of an ombre thing going on there, if you can see it. Okay, I'm going to go black on black so that shimmer really pops on there. So if I would do the Titan Buff pull on this black paper, there would be no reason to use the black paper. I could just use white paper. It's going to show Titan Buff. But when you use the black paper and you use black paint, it kind of, everything disappears except for the crusty PBO shiny bits. If that makes sense? Oh, sure, Orla, I can do that. Let me make a note, because by the time I shut the camera off, I'll have forgotten. Orla Deli. You got it. Orla, where are you coming from again? I can't remember. Are you in Canada? Hey, Sunset. Yep. And that was a fail. Black on black, that's what I got. Black. I got nothing. So, this should be good then, hopefully. Too much paint. This paper is really slick too. It's bond, like bond weight paper, like printer paper. And it's kind of slippery, like when it's too much paint, it just doesn't pick it up. That's what I thought, Gene. I thought she was up there somewhere. Are you flying or driving, Orla, when you come? That's better. Oh, wow. You do have a long flight then, don't you? All the way to the West Coast. That's pretty cool. That's what I was looking for. Let's see how all you see then with the black and black is the shimmery. Not much left on there. I cleaned that up pretty good. So let me get this stuff off of here. So we have quite a few on here that are coming to Maryland. So Joan, Minky 5, she's coming from the UK. Paula, of course. CB's coming from Texas. Rain is coming from, are you in Massachusetts, Rain? Or Maine? Massachusetts, I think. Who else did I see? Oh, Linda, you're going to buy the paints. You might as well just stop fighting it and just go buy them. You will not be sorry. And it really, despite how I use them, it only takes a little bit to go a long way. this one dried a little bit on here, but it looks like it's coming off pretty well. All right, did I get them all? I'm going to try one more. I'm going to see if I can get another, what do I want to say? A patina print. And where I think where I'm getting that, and I might even be able to do it with this feather. I'm going to try the feather because that would make a cool patina print. Where these are wider with uninterrupted designs on here. See, this has the dots down here in the bottom and a couple little indents, and not as busy as something like this. So I think these stamps, if you really squidge them down into the paint and then yank them off, it will remove almost all that paint down to the plate, which is what you need to have happen for the patina print technique to work. Because you need to have open spaces. So when you add the second layer of the PBO colors, it shows through those. Oh, Jean, will you get to meet up with somebody? That's cool. I'm going to go for a patina with the feather. Let's see if that works. And I'm going to do not so. Hey, CB Lisa. That also was the paint, not the artist. Oh, that's so nice, Orla. I know that's a big trip, and it'll be so nice to have you there. Okay, this is a normal, decent amount of paint to have on your plate. I gotta remember that. I think I get hosed up, as many as I've done, I think I still get hosed up when I'm doing multiple colors. And I put too much of the first one, then a little too much of the second one, and then, God forbid, there's a third one. Okay, so I'm going to try to really push these feather stamps in here and squidge it to cause it to really suck that paint off. That's pretty good. I'm going to push hard here too to try to get most of that off, so when I reload it's more like absorbent, or whatever you'd want to say. It's not all the way down, but hopefully it's enough. You know, I wonder if I can go back in. Oh, look how much darker that one is. And line this up just right. And try to get more of that out of there. That might work. Try here. That one blurred a little bit, but that won't matter because the patina print comes out a little blurry anyway. Hey, Trina. K.O. Lynn. Hello. That's a new name for me. Welcome. Always like seeing new names come in. Oh, that's almost solid black there. Try to get some more of that up. It looks like it's getting more difficult as I go. As the stamp I get gets more saturated, I think it's harder to pick up more off of there. Let's do this one this way. Try to get more of that up. That's not leaving much of a hole there for me. And this may or may not work. I don't know. But we'll give it a go. That's how we figure it out. Hey, green clams. That's a shame. I'm sorry that we're going to lose quite a few folks because of the dang dollar. Yeah, right, Carrie. Oh, that picked up some more. More of that's coming up. See if I can get a little bit more out of this one. Yep. There we go. Alright, maybe we will get a patina out of this after all. Okay. Now, hands are freezing again. I can only time my hot flashes for when I'm really cold. This looks kind of cool though, kind of overlapped like a pile of feathers. Kind of like it. Let's see how this works. Use a little bit of paint, Patty. Don't be stupid. That should be enough. Oh, I almost got, well, if I wouldn't have rolled over this first pull, you can see some ghosty looking feathers here and here, that where the imprint got on the brayer. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You'll just have to trust me. All right, I'm going to let that go because it's drying pretty fast because it's thin. I'm going to put that on Gelli in case it comes out nice. All right, let's see. What's going to happen? Ah, don't worry about it, Paula. Nobody cares. Everybody knows what it's supposed to be. No biggie. I hope I'm recording too. I had some trouble getting online and it said it wasn't recording at one point, so I don't know. I don't know if it recorded. I'm gonna push it to YouTube for sure. I was working on YouTube a couple weeks ago trying to figure out the YouTube live deal, and I think I actually have to try it down here where I am with my webcam, because I got audio and I got people popping on that I didn't even know trying to chat with me, and there was sorry, I got video, no audio, no sound. So I don't know what that was, other than I just wasn't down here with my camera, assuming the mic's coming through the camera. Ooh, it's very foggy. It's not clearly feathers, but you can kind of see feathers.
Call from Maryland.
Can you guys see that?
Call from Maryland.
Dave is supposed to be answering the phone. Sorry, I got to answer that to my mom. Hello? Yeah? Yes. I don't know why Dave didn't pick up the phone unless he's in the shower. Okay, I'll call you back later. Bye. Okay, Mom's going to attempt the outing. Yeah, so it's kind of there. It's ghostly, which kind of makes it kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Yeah, I don't hate that. But this is going to be kind of interesting, I believe. You can still see some of the veins and the little ruffles of the feathers. So I'm going to pick this one up with Titan Buff. And I think call it a day. So I can get over there and take care of Mumsy. That dries. I'll wipe this off. Yeah, so I say 2 thumbs up on the Artfoamies. And the hardest part's going to be me resisting going back and getting more designs. Now that I see how much I like them. I'll make you some in Maryland, Ange. No bribe needed. Maybe some coffee ice cream. How about that? I will make jelly prints for coffee ice cream. I'm going to make a sign. All right. That'll be a new fun texture tool to use on jelly prints for sure. Why can't I have to fan this when I'm actually having a hot flash and not when I'm cold? It doesn't seem fair. Yeah, that's kind of a standing joke for the girls that were in Maryland last year. Down at the dining room, they had an ice cream freezer with, big, I don't know, 2-gallon, 5-gallon. I guess they're 5. I don't know how big the drums are they put of the bulk ice cream in the freezers where you go into an ice cream shop and they dip for you. Well, they had them there just set up for you to go help yourself and do what you wanted. Well, they had coffee ice cream, which I love, and I guess some of these guys hadn't had it before, and Paula and Ange, being coffee lovers that they are, loved it. So, okay, we're going Titan Buff. Oops. Yeah, I'll make that a contingency in the contract, Paula. Must have coffee ice cream. That's not going to be very Weight Watchers friendly, I'm afraid. Oh, I'm down to, I think I'm down 12.2 pounds now. I actually gained the second week. That was the week that Chelsea was in the hospital. And although I thought I did pretty good, I didn't track for the 3 days we were in there and ate whatever I was able to get my hands on, which really wasn't all that much. And I had a salad in with that. And I had some chicken. I had eggs one day. But I was up 1.2, which really hacked me off to know that I really tried to do good and went up. That pisses me off. But anyway, then this week I was down 4. So I think I'm a total of 12.2 is the number. So as long as I see it going in the right direction, I can stay motivated. And yesterday I made a Weight Watcher Crock Pot Lasagna. It was really good. Really, really good. All right. Let's see how we end up with this bad boy. Over here you kind of get these two, and one down here you kind of get the very faintest, I'm trying to hold it this way, image of feathers. That one at the top, the way you're looking at it, is fairly evident that it's a flower, but you get that little bit of the flash in there. These kind of look like boulders or something in here, the bigger pieces. I don't hate that. So, let me throw my lid on here, and I'll go through what we did today, show you the bits I've collected here. All right, so here's the Julie's border stamp. This was just stamping off the jelly plate. But look at those, look how crisp that image is. That's really, and that was just like removing paint from the jelly plate and stamping it on there. We got this one. Then we got this red one with the lotuses with the orange PBO in there. And then we got the little feather mishmash. Right? And let's try to pull all the delis out of there. Whoops, avalanche. There's the Patina feathers. Here's the other pulls from that blend of the Oriental Violet and green yellow PBOs. And here's the stamping off page of the border. Alright. And this was just the stamping off page of the lotus flowers. That's nothing spectacular. But this was getting towards spectacular. The cleanup of the number patina print that we did. Right? That's pretty cool. And here is my fave. Hello, lover. You can't hate that, people. If you do, seek help immediately. You'll love that. So here's the first one when I was just stamping off on there. Here's another cleanup that came up with all those different colors on it. A little shimmer going on there. And let's see what else. I think that's all the deli. No, let's put these over there. That's again the feather the feather, and then the feather cleanup. And I did these on art tissue. I really like this one with all those colors and how you can see the PBO coming up through there. Can you guys see that? It's kind of fine. It's really evident right there in person, but I can't make it flash on the camera. There you go, a little bit of it, I guess. There you go. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to put that aside. So here's one of the black prints, right? I know that's Jean's favorite. And here's that multicolored deal we did. And here's stamping off the black stamps, a ghost of the feathers, the sundial, that's not what that's called, but that's what I call it, and just more different stuff, a ghost. That was kind of cool, just how they were arranged there. And then the lotus again. So that was a fun little accumulation of yummy stuff there. But before I head off, I'm going to Daddy Van this, just for some giggles. This was an art tissue. The other ones are all on Gelli. But this is a piece of art tissue that I did. So the Daddy Vans I'm using, that's the Daddy Vans all natural unscented beeswax furniture polish. Ding! Shannon Green is the one where I found this stuff, and she's got a couple videos of using it. And this is how I use this a lot on my collage now with this art tissue. It makes it kind of just go away. So I also wanted to mention, for those coming to Maryland, if you're in the US and you can't fly with all your stuff and you want to pre-ship it, you can send it to our house if you'd like, and Dave and I will bring it over the day you get there. Or if there's something that you want to order, and that, I mean, domestically, if you're in the US, you can do that part yourself with ordering whatever. But if you're like Joan coming from the UK and you guys coming from Canada, if there's like deli paper that you wanted or whatever that you can't get at home that you would like to have and pick up in person when you come to Maryland, if you email me or get in touch with me, and we'll figure out how to get it done so I can help you make it happen. Paula, let me know if you need anything or more deli. You're probably hooked up from last year. I'm not sure if you want some of that 15-inch stuff that Jan got you, though. I know, Rain, right? I thought I was going to pee myself laughing when I saw Shannon, and she had, she did a video using it, and she did it like an old-timey commercial, and she had one of those little ding bells on the side where she hit that and the ding, and when she did the ding, she had this little sparkle icon that she used in a software program to have it shining off of her tooth. Oh my God, it was hilarious. So, yeah, that's kind of cool. Look at that. Can you guys see? See my hand underneath of it? It makes it go away. Then I just get left with these little bits of shimmery stuff. All right. So that's my mess for the day. I'm gonna, I like this upper corner. Squirrel. I'm gonna go get myself ready. Go grab my mom, get her out of the house. And as she used to say to us when we were kids, get the hell out of here and go blow the stink off. So I'm gonna go blow the stink off of my mother. Take her out. Drive, get her out of the house, and grab a bite to eat, and that'll be the rest of my day. So thanks guys for joining me. I hope to try to make this a more regular Sunday afternoon deal, so you guys know how to plan accordingly if you want to watch live. You know, we've just had a lot of family stuff going on that I had to ditch for, and a blizzard, and then I was sick, and all that stuff. So I'm trying. Things are working against me, but I'm trying. So you guys go have a great day. Catch you on the flip. See ya. Oh yeah, Paula, send the jet pen stuff here. Order it and send it here to the house right before July, or whenever you want to, and I'll bring it over to you. Absolutely, or you can pick it up when you get here. See you, my friends. Thanks so much.